Number 100 Rarely known facts about Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. ### Cast and Casting. 1. Daniel Radcliffe was nearly rejected. Chris Columbus initially thought Radcliffe was too young looking, but after a second audition, he became the unanimous choice. 2. Over 200 boys auditioned for Harry Potter. The casting process lasted several months, with child actors from across the UK and beyond competing for the role. 3. Ewan McGregor was considered for Dumbledore. Before Richard Harris was cast, producers briefly considered younger actors for the role. 4. Alan Rickman knew Snape's entire character arc. J.K. Rowling personally told Rickman about Snape's future to help him shape his performance, though he kept it secret for years. 5. Helena Bonham Carter auditioned for Professor McGonagall. She was considered before Maggie Smith was ultimately cast in the iconic role. 6. Tom Felton was almost cast as Harry. The young Draco actor actually auditioned for the lead role before being redirected to Slytherin's bully. 7. Jamie Waylett, Crabbe, had no prior acting experience. He was discovered and cast while still a complete newcomer to the industry. 8. Robbie Coltrane was Chris Columbus's first choice for Hagrid. No other actor was seriously considered. Columbus had always envisioned him in the role. 9. Emma Watson prepared by reading the books multiple times. She studied the character extensively before filming began, despite being relatively new to acting. 10. Rupert Grint submitted his audition on video. His parents recorded him performing a rap he'd written for the audition, which caught Columbus's attention. ## Pre-production and development. 11. The script took 8 months to write. Steve Cleaves's first draft was over 140 pages long and had to be heavily condensed. 12. J.K. Rowling had final say on every script change. The author was heavily involved in the writing process and could veto any changes she disagreed with. 13. Original budget was estimated at £20 million. Warner Brothers was uncertain the film would recoup costs, considering it a risky investment. 14. Chris Columbus initially turned down the project. He was hesitant about committing to a multi-film franchise before ultimately agreeing. 15. The screenplay went through 6 major rewrites. Different writers took passes at adapting the book before the final version was approved. 16. Leavesden Studios was selected before any sets were built. The location was chosen specifically because it had never been used as a film studio before. 17. Concept art for Hogwarts filled 200-plus sketches. Production designer Stuart Craig created numerous designs before settling on the final castle aesthetic. 18. The budget expanded to £125 million during production. Unforeseen costs in Columbus's vision led to significant increases from initial estimates. 19. Filming locations included 7 different countries. Beyond primary UK filming, crews traveled internationally for specific scenes. 20. The production was initially planned for 120 days. It ultimately took 155 days due to the complexity of special effects and set construction. ## Filming in production. 21. Night shoots lasted 14+ hours regularly. The Hogwarts set was so vast that some night scenes required extended filming sessions. 22. Daniel Radcliffe had a stand-in for most flying scenes. His double, David Holmes, performed nearly all the Quidditch-related stunts. 23. The train platform 9 3/4 was built at King's Cross Station. Filming occurred at night over several weeks without disrupting normal station operations. 24. Hagrid's hut was built full-size on a soundstage. Rather than scaling down sets, they built everything to actual proportions for authenticity. 25. The Forbidden Forest scenes were filmed in a natural woods. Producers added over 2,000 trees to create the dark, ominous atmosphere. 26. Robbie Coltrane wore a fat suit for some scenes. When his actual frame didn't match Hagrid's intended size, prosthetics were added. 27. The Quidditch Stadium was a 1:100 scale model. Filmmakers built a 40-foot tall miniature set for wide shots of the match. 28. Wine machines used 100,000 plus watts of power. Creating realistic wind effects for flying scenes required industrial-sized equipment. 29. Over 2,500 background extras were used. The production employed the largest number of extras in a British film at that time. 30. The filming schedule was compressed to meet release dates. Columbus worked 12 to 16-hour days to complete principal photography on time. 31. Maggie Smith's scenes were shot in just 2 weeks. Her limited availability meant all Professor McGonagall footage was filmed consecutively. 32. The Stone's hiding place was the last scene shot. Due to plot sensitivity, this crucial scene was saved for final filming to maintain secrecy. 33. Daniel Radcliffe grew 2 inches during filming. Continuity issues arose as the young actor grew taller mid-production, requiring costume adjustments. 34. Rain machines were used for over 40 scenes. British weather wasn't cooperative, so artificial rain was created for specific shots. 35. The troll scene took 5 days to film. The complex animatronic creature required numerous takes for safety and technical reasons. ## set design and architecture. 36. Hogwarts was modeled after real British castles. Stuart Craig drew inspiration from Oxford, Cambridge, and Alnwick Castle. 37. The Great Hall set was 70 feet long. It was one of the largest interior sets ever built, constructed on multiple soundstages. 38. Candles in the Great Hall were all real. Over 1,000 real candles were lit nightly, requiring a fire safety team on set. 39. The potions classroom was inspired by a medieval apothecary. Every bottle and ingredient on display had a specific design and purpose. 40. Dumbledore's office contained over 500 prop items. Each detail was meticulously designed to reflect the character's personality and interests. These facts reveal just how meticulously crafted this film was, combining practical effects, innovative techniques, and dedicated filmmaking to bring the magical world to life.